physical, tall, powerful, beautiful wall.
And do you think that these contradictions are mainly forming because of the identity associated with these words, these darkness, the black, and their identity? So without that aspect of tying things to identity, again, right, we'll say that some of these complications might go away because you can't contradict
Definitely.
now,
They
right?
will, yes.
We will definitely go forward,
Right.
and we'll see people for who they are, good or bad, wicked or evil,
100%.
con men or whatever it
Whatever
is.
it is.
Not just okay. Now here in Africa,
Uh-huh.
I'll give you a good example. Right, I just said con man.
Yeah.
Every African is corrupt.
Yeah. Right? It seems like it, right?
Every African leader is corrupt.
100%.
Corrupt.
Yeah, that's what is always
Really?
default.
Everyone is corrupt.
Yeah.
Or if they're still not yet corrupt, they're just, pending.
Yeah, they will be corrupt eventually.
They could,
right?
Soon they'll be
we'll
corrupt.
see what
Yeah,
happens,
right.
Everyone has had a history of being corrupt.
Everyone
so
has
we'll
had
see
a
what
history of
happens.
But everyone has had that history.
Yeah, right.
Every nation on this planet has.
Yes,
All right,
yes,
give thanks,
yes,
brother.
brother,
Right?
give thanks.
Sure. Every nation on this planet has a corrupt, has some corrupt leaders. Even before this government that exists now, they said, okay, you know what they said? This was like a quick news thing I caught one time, and they said when they were shifting leaders here,
Yeah.
they said the shredding machines.
Yeah.
They said the shredding machines ran all night of people hiding information, hiding their corruption.
Yeah,
You understand?
Yeah.
So you got leaders who are inheriting corruption.
Yeah, right.
You understand?
Yeah, and systems that just run corrupt, so they just slip right in.
They sit right in there. You understand?
It's when I look at it, it's a whole concept of the way corruption and corrupt leaders in Africa are sold. They're made to seem as they're these lifeless human beings that do not care.
About
That
nothing.
hate their people,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I really that screws with my mind a little bit because I'm like,
Someone that
is
bad?
there really a person who wakes up
Yeah.
as a corrupt leader?
And just like,
They get to breakfast and they sit down in their thoughts, or they're in the shower,
Yeah, right.
and their thoughts are, how can I screw over my people
My nation.
today?
Every day.
right?
Every day.
Every day. 365 days of a year. I just don't just be corrupt.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I mean, really.
How
Yeah.
can I do this? But then now that you also raise the issue of like inheriting corrupt systems, also kills the notion like in most political struggles that are going on the continent right now, I see a lot of like people looking for a messiah type of
Yeah.
leader. We were
Person,
talking
right?
about
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah.
the
Good point.
messiah type
Yeah.
of
That's a
leader.
good point.
The leader that will go into a corrupt government and just be like,
Yes.
to hell with you all.
Yeah.
I'm here to change everything and it's
Yes.
gonna change overnight.
One night.
Nice.
Are we really that naive?
Yeah.
And also, are we really that naive enough to believe that one person, just because they're at the top, they're responsible for orchestrating all the corruption going on around them?
100%, right? Yeah.
Because then would really have to be like, like people do come with corruption and it's not found there. And which is ridiculous because you don't have to go far as an African to meet corruption.
Seems like it.
You don't have to walk far.
Turn a corner.
Turn a corner. It
Instant
is
corruption.
there. Someone is doing something corrupt.
That's how it goes.
That's how it goes.
Uh,
So really, this whole thing of then us as a people
Yeah.
being so like, oh, holier than thou, and being like, we want a leader who's like A, B, C, and D, Yet you will go to a passport office and pay to expedite your situation, you know. But no, so on one day you want to be the person who wants righteous leaders, and then on another you want to be a citizen that's promoting this corrupt environment. Because another thing is that we want to push away the responsibility and act as if we ourselves can't start changing things on the ground. If we stop going to all these institutions that have been set up to be corrupt and be like, look, we're not coming to get your services, we're not coming to do anything, then we can start talking about we want a messiah, we want, you know, a good president or good, you know, because then we are proving to be better peoples. But at the end of the day, our leaders are actually a lot more defined by our society. Not literally by themselves, because it's that deep.
It's that deep.
The roots are so deep.
You raised some interesting points there, and one point in particular that I liked is the idea of the power being with the actual people, the masses, not just that one or two individuals
that Messiah
at the top, right?
that they're looking for,
right? And like now taking that to what we were discussing with black as power. Now, is black the now unifying thought now that we must have? Because I'm going to give an example. Like when you see how certain groups of people operate on the planet, they coordinate, and we were discussing about this earlier. You find that people, they can coordinate themselves in terms of how they do business, how they educate themselves, how they live, right? And they're unifying themselves under some sort of banner, whatever it may be. Can we have the same thing for black, right? Can we unify under the black banner, all the people on the planet that believe in the black as power, black as excellence, black as this is the all-encompassing thing? Can they come together, right? Bring their resources together and do what you're talking about, right? I'm not going to spend money in this business unless it's black, not black people, black the power, right? So and now that also brings the question of how do we now define a business? How can you tell when a business is black? It's not about now being
black owned.
Yeah, right. It goes beyond that now, right?
Okay, it's definitely
exactly
it's
now, right? So what makes a business black? Because now if we want to tell people spend black, educate black, what is that black looking like physically now, right? If I walk into a store, how do I know? Okay, this store is black. Or if I go into a school, what's gonna make me think like, now this school is black, right?
You'll feel the power.
Yeah, right. You feel the power.
You'll
right?
feel
You'll
the
just
power.
Know it.
That school.
We know as humans. We
You'll
know as humans.
You'll come into school and you'll look at the school and you'll be like, I'm not putting my children in this school. Yeah, there's no power in the school.
But then we don't all function like that. That's the problem.
No,
we're talking about achieving a certain level of clarity.
What you
enlightenment.
do? Let's be honest. You would eat at certain restaurants, isn't it?
No,
like
I wouldn't.
You see, right?
But then the thing
you'll
is,
feel
like,
it.
I know people who don't
But the
bother
other
to
people
think
now.
about
What?
it.
Like if she won't eat at certain restaurants
Right.
because of their ethics and all that, but there are other people who will still go there.
Yeah,
You
like
know.
they don't think about it in
You
the
go to a
same
restaurant,
way.
you see roaches running around in that restaurant there. Are you not going to turn around and walk out
Definitely,
there?
I'm gonna leave.
You're going to leave?
Yeah.
Okay, but we're talking about things we can see.
Yeah, but what about the
But
hidden,
the
right?
hidden
hidden
things, because
aspect.
now if we're looking at like how you can tell about a business, I think we need to become more responsible and redefine also what corporate social responsibility is.
Yeah.
Because there also some funny things are
down.
being put in there, and it's being given a different name, of which like I've always found it to be a controversial thing, because they basically the way it's defined in our business curriculums, it's that corporate social responsibility, so long as you don't say, Mandla, I'm bribing you, then you know I'm being responsible ethically, you know. But if I say, Mandla, I'm going to buy you a new pair of kicks, so that you can walk to work nicely, you know, like look good and everything, do your everyday things. You know, but I'm also interested in like getting something from you. What is it? Like you like offering me something or service.
Corrupt, right?
You know, but it's just corruption dressed differently. That's what it is. But for me now, if we now talk about corporate social responsibility and the blackness involved in it, I would say this is corporate social responsibility. Waking the minds of the people, teaching people education, real education, not teaching people like imposing our knowledge. It's just allowing people to know and realize that you're allowed to branch out in your mind. You're allowed to think beyond the social constructs, you know. Push your brain. Think bigger. Think better. Think together. You know. Don't think about looking good. Like, because even if as we're sitting here, you know, we're not dressed up in suits or you know, looking flash and everything. We're just literally focusing on the words and the conversation, you know. But then, if you go to a different company, they'll do it differently. They'll be more concerned about appearance, how you present, you know, surroundings, how you speak, what you say, all those things. But right now, believe it or not, like we don't even like prep this. We are literally just sharing with you raw material, like raw information, thinking together and sharing our information. It doesn't say that we agree on everything, but we are sharing, we are talking, we're doing something black, something different.
Powerful. There you go.
Powerful.
Something excellent. But we did agree. I don't think we disagree.
No, I'm saying it's not to say that we won't disagree.
Oh, okay. All
No,
right. All right.
Yeah.
Because difference in opinion, that's power as well.
Yeah, that's
right?
power.
Makes you think
we can't
differently,
all think
right?
like
Yeah,
this.
exactly. Right? Or else we won't get the
Think
whole
one way,
spectrum,
then
right?
means there's a problem.
100%, right? So now, like again, right, what you bring up there and what we're talking about now, the identifying black. Because we know black is not an identity of a human being.
Of a human being, of a race.
Good. We know black is power, right? And the absence of power is the absence of black.
Basically.
100%. Okay, cool. So now we need a way, in continuous, trusted or reliable way to measure the amount of blackness, right? That something has, right? The amount of power that something has. Because I want to ask now, if Mrs. Kim is sitting in Korea right now and she's watching us, right? And Mrs. Kim is like, wow, I like this idea. How can I tell if I'm black? What are we going to tell Mrs. Kim? Right? How is she going to know, sitting in Korea in her apartment right now watching us, and she loves the idea of black as power? How can we tell her, this is how you can tell Mrs. Kim if you're being black?
Okay, I think like firstly your works, are you doing good? Are you empowering people? That's the first question. You know, if you're not doing that, then there is a question mark there. Like, then can you identify your blackness? Then obviously, the other thing would be like the end results of your, let's say, of your journey, of your agenda, of whatever. Like the guy was saying, you know, sometimes corruption will come dressed nicely, you know, and then you think, like me being the victim, I'll be like, oh, she's black, you know, she's got that concept of black, you know, but she's got a hidden agenda now, like snaking up the way. So I think like your works will actually like truly define whether what you're doing. It doesn't matter where you are. That's what I believe.
Your works define your blackness. That's it. I was gonna say the same, basically the same thing. Yeah. If she puts love in it, if she loves what she's doing, that's black. Yeah, you see, and if she knows that she's gonna make another customer happy, that's black. You see, if she knows that she's gonna make that she gives you a product or whatever it is, it's gonna last 2 days. That's not black. That's not black. No, and she knows she's gonna take that money now and probably buy buy a nuclear bomb or something crazy like that. You know, you know, we're funding.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's not black. You know what I mean? But if she knows she's doing something, she's like, okay, like, they generally want to uplift you. Your products are generally good for you. You know what I'm saying? If we sell a product here, and we say that, listen, this is good for your hair, we study that product, we checked it out, we even use it on ourselves. You know what I mean? But if she knows that this product does nothing for you and she's telling you, okay, use it, it's going to be the greatest thing for you, you take it, your hair fall out.
That's not black.
That's definitely not black.
Right?
That's definitely not black.
Wow. one thing that I think people need to do, or Mrs. Kim would have to do,
Right.
is to become a more responsible person, accepting responsibility. Because in the same way that I make certain decisions about purchasing from certain places based on blackness, you know, is the same way that whether it's business or being a doctor, all those things, I want to associate with myself with businesses that follow the same code of conduct. You know, I can't just take business from one arm knowing that they hurt somebody in any of their processes, you know. And that's one of the things that we already know, that, you know, like, be conscious about your purchasing decisions. And they have noticed that in the marketing side of things, that, you know, people are becoming more conscious about who they buy from, the products that they're buying, where they're coming from. And then, like, when you now look at, like, it being dressed up, the hidden agendas, fair trade, fair trade coffee, that nice tag put on a coffee thing, and then some ridiculous amounts of money being charged for it. But back in Africa, where it came from, the amount of money being paid to those people, yes, it's operating ethically on the books. But when you now start thinking of human to human, are they paying people fairly? Are they paying them what they need to be having to survive? Or are they keeping people in a certain box? Because if you are not about growing the people around you, also, that's not being black. You know, you need to cultivate every individual, allow that individual to choose their path. Like, it's not there are people who want to do certain different jobs because they just want to. There are certain people who want to do things that don't hassle them too much, that are just like a strict time thing, and for them that's enough. Then there are people who want to be in an environment where they can think and grow and apply their skills to something else. So those are all the social things that we have to think about within business, and also when you're looking at a company where you're looking to purchase, like you're saying, the products, if they say it's good, like there was a list that came out about, you know, skin-based black-owned companies and white-owned companies. And it was showing companies like Dark and Lovely and all those hair straightener types of things. And I remember my journey, you know, down to where I'm at now. And I used to use Dark and Lovely. But then I had a problem with it because it always thinned out my hair. And I was like, why is this thing always trying to thin out my hair, you know? And then also now, why are we always constantly spending so much money on doing this, you know? But then that was my own personal opinion. But as I moved from product to product, I was moving to more natural based products, because yes, it doesn't say that you can't relax your hair. If you like relaxing your hair, yay. But who is creating the product that nurtures your hair and achieves what your desire, you know? Who is being more responsible about it? Are they just putting it out there? Because with the Dark and Lovelies there, that was basically how, like with America, when they first addressed they were calling it the Negro market, you know, and they're like, there's $3 billion, there's a $3 billion, you know, capital industry that we have not tapped into it, and it's black, you know, and they had a whole conversation about it, but they were not talking about embracing other people. They were just talking about doing business by taking advantage of other people. You know, how do we give them something that they can, you know, put more money in our pockets, not about, you know, how can we do this together, or these people are rising, how can we work with them to be better? No, it was about exploitation.
Corruption. That's not black.
Exactly. Corruption.
That's not black. That's definitely not black.
And like, okay, so talking about what you're saying there, and okay, we know that measuring blackness is one thing about helping other people. You need to be uplifting. It needs to have a positive effect on the people around you.
Definitely.
And then that's how you can measure when something is being black or not.
Yes.
And then also the concept of having an understanding of whether something is black or not relies on the individuals that are utilizing. Let's say we're talking about a business. The people that patronize that business it's on them to be able to detect the amount of blackness that this business has within them, right? Because no one's going to tell them that because of this charade that happens,
Yeah.
where people might look like, yeah, I'm being black, I'm a black business, come and support me, and then behind the scenes, I'm undercutting orphans or something like that,
You
right?
overstand,
Yeah.
something
So
like that.
that's not, and so that responsibility lies within the individuals, within everyone.
Yeah.
So based on those two things, I just want to propose just a concept and to see what you guys think about that.
Okay.
Would it be fair enough to then say, we create a platform, and on this platform you can rate the blackness of a business, right? Is that enough power to put in the hands of the people and for it to be used responsibly enough for us to actually determine what business is more black, what school is more black, which hospital is more black, which, if I go to this doctor, is this doctor being black or is this doctor not being black? You know, is that something we can trust with the general people to be able to determine when something is being black or not? I
It
don't
would be
know what's
nice,
like
but
this,
the problem now, especially with platforms, is somehow they can be corrupted. You know, for like, if I own an enterprise
Yeah.
and I'm on that platform and I want people to rate it, you know, I've got some extra money in the pocket. I was like, you just, you know, just uplift the standard for me so that people will come to my side, you know. But I'm still not doing it.
Yeah,
Like,
you're not
grew
being
up
black,
in a
right?
corrupt environment.
Right?
you said
Yeah,
turn the
right?
corner in Africa, you know.
You're gonna see it, right? Yeah.
But yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, that's tricky.
Yeah,
I don't
it
know.
becomes
From
tricky, right?
my view, I don't know about.
Well, the way I see it, once we start trying to rate it, we start introducing, oh, these are the problems that we have in the other things. Because now, Bungai will believe that she's blacker than thou.
Okay.
Yeah.
Blacker than thou. So I'm better than you, I'm better than you, I'm
The
better
more power
than you.
it is.
You know, the whole power concept.
Yeah.
So I think also in addressing black as power, I think we need to also address what power is.
Thank you.
What is power? You know, what type of power are we talking about? Because I know in some people's minds when they hear power, especially because we're putting black and power together.
Yes.
For them, that's a big red light because it's like power. The way we know power, it is threatening the way it's defined. But with what we've been talking about, we're not talking about power the way it's set out in the world. We're talking about power in terms of human capital, togetherness. What can we do to better all of us at the same time? So yes, the concept of what is power also just needs to be laid out. And whilst rating systems would be great, I mean, we saw in that Black Mirror episode, you know, where everything
there's being rated. Yeah.
you've been rated because unfortunately in a free world, like we said last time, we have people that are psychopaths.
Yeah. Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
who are literally born psychopaths.
They
So
think
in a
differently
system, exactly, they
completely,
think differently. So in the same way that people can influence platforms, it's just a concept of how people exercise their freedom and what they identify as their freedom. Because to me, it's like, okay, I want my ratings up on the company I go and pay. Whether you think it's ethical or you don't, to me, my goal is what?
Yeah, I need
People
blacker
cashing in.
blackness
I need
rating.
exactly. I need a blacker because we're not even talking about just the money being our pockets being lined with money now. It's about that blacker than thou. That blacker than thou
Business
mindset.
is the blackest
you know.
there is, right? Yeah.
So I think we'd also have to kill the concept of nobody. We're not saying that we're better than you. We're just saying that this is where we're at. This is where we've gotten to in our mindset. This is what we believe. What you believe, let's check it out. Who is it benefiting? You know, really, let's hear out why you think being against the black power concept that we're pushing out is. Like, tell us, what is it that is so negative? Because as we are sitting right now, we're just like, this is something that should not be an issue. This is something I should be able to walk up to someone, have a conversation, and by the time I leave them, they're walking in a different
There's no
direction.
emotions
And
involved.
exactly, they start exercising what? That black power. This is something that I don't expect to have, like what you're saying, like why should it be a threat?
Yeah, right.
I don't think it should be a threat because the way I understand it, like we said, it just has to be taken away from thinking of skin and derogatory terms.
Yes.
So if you're free from that, you're able to just acknowledge that, look, this is black, this is us, let's move forward. But then, rating, I think we'll just have to stay away from the rating aspect of it.
Sure.
Yeah, so rating Blackness is murky water.
It's murky water. I
gets-
mean, knowledge is power. So I guess like if you are going to like if you're pursuing a certain product, you really have to like dig deep and know what you're going after. Just like the hair foods, I go to Dagen Lovely. It's got the blackest of all stars, you know.
Yeah.
But what Funga has been saying about their journey, you know, a few years down the line, you got hair problems. You know? But at least like if you go to the shop, you'll be like, okay. Then you read the contents. Then you
Then you know.
internet, Google. People must Google nowadays.
Right.
We've been
I
giving
guess
them-
that's how it could be done.
Yeah.
Like in creating almost a decentralized system like
Yeah.
Bitcoin, I
Yeah,
guess,
yeah.
you know, where it's a platform that truly it's not about anybody paying for nothing. It's not about people voting necessarily.
Yeah.
It's a platform that literally looks at businesses, looks at what they're doing, rates all their stuff, like you're saying, like study their products, see everything, like facts, just
Yeah, there's
sticking
facts,
to
right?
facts.
Facts, yes.
And be like, guys, this is the facts right here, and these are the businesses on this platform.
Yeah.
If you want to purchase from this business, these are their facts. These are the facts about them. This is what they do.
Yeah.
These are the people that
Yeah.
they deal with. This is how they conduct their operations.
Right.
It's up to you to make your decision on whether you're gonna go for it or not.
Yeah.
You know, and then maybe. That like button just needs to go.
Yeah.
especially small businesses too also.
Yeah.
That's why I say you can rate even small business on the length of time they've been open,
Yeah.
how long, and
How
as you
long,
say,
yeah.
and what they've been doing in the communities
Yeah,
also.
what they've been doing,
Then
yeah.
you could also rate them that way too.
Yeah.
You know.
Because okay, I want to take the word you should use the facts, and I want to just say I want to use truth instead of facts, right? Because we agree,
Yeah.
same thing, right? So can we say that blackness is also a measure of truth within a certain entity, right?
Blackness is
There's a
level
measure of truth within a certain business, within a certain individual, within a
Individual, yes,
certain
sure.
within a certain corporation, or
Yes,
whatever it is,
yes,
right?
yeah.
And what we're trying to uncover now is to remove all the falsehood
Yes.
within it, which would make it more. So the more truth it has, the more black it has.
Transparency.
Right?
Yes.
Exactly,
Yeah.
right? And we can truly see it for what it is, whether it's black or not.
The power is, the power is just connecting with positivity, positive energies. You're connected. The black power is connecting with the universe and the earth
Yes.
to get that positive energy.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Because
That's all
remember,
it is,
they put the black, or they made the color black, that it was a negative thing. You see? So if you were taught negative and you look at yourself and you say, you know what, I'm black, you say to yourself, I'm negative. But if you separate yourself from that blackness and
Yes.
look at the blackness for what it is,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
strength,
Uh-huh.
power,
Uh-huh.
void. You know what I mean?
Right? Uh-huh.
The energy, good energy that you could get from the blackness, I think then you will go forward.
You
That's
go
all
forward.
I am. That's
you're
that's
saying.
basically what I'm trying to say.
Uh-huh.
As you just say, the black end power is very dangerous, as you said.
Yeah.
You know, but if you take the power and take the power as energy, as a positive, and okay, let me give it as a person who's been in business now. I've been in business for like 16 years here, 16 to 17 years now, going on 17, right? And a lot of customers who were quote unquote black would come to me and would tell me something like, "You still open?
Right?
You guys are still open?"
Uh-huh.
I mean, why would you tell me that?
Yeah, right. Uh-huh.
Why would you? Why would
Why would you
do
seem
you
so
do you
surprised?
walk
You
into
are
every
rating.
store? Do you walk into every store who's not maybe black owned or whatever you want to say and say you still open?
Yeah.
Why would you say that to a
another
person
brother,
like that?
right,
You-
yeah,
you understand?
100%,
Because you already was trained that because of my skin, you judged me for
Yeah,
my
my
skin,
skin,
that
100%.
I am not supposed to be open.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
supposed to last
Like-
only a year.
You're
Yeah.
not supposed to excel.
Or
Yeah,
there
yeah.
must be some body behind me, somebody
Yeah,
about
somebody
pale
with
skin,
yeah.
must be
Uh-huh.
behind me.
Uh-huh.
You
For this
understand?
to be continuing.
You can't do
with
it by yourself.
Uh-huh.
There's no way you could do it for yourself.
Right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So by us doing this now, it gets away that
thing,
that
right?
vibration.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, another thing they would probably say, maybe they work in black magic.
Yeah.
Black magic.
Yeah, exactly, right? They can't just be doing this.
Probably doing something else behind closed doors there. You understand?
Yeah.
You see?
Limitations.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It just can't be, there's no positivity. My mind is thinking positive thoughts.
Exactly, right?
All negativity, I'm blocking it off with my blackness.
Exactly.
Get away from me. Back up. Get back.
Yep.
You know, I'm going through with my black power.
Yep.
You understand?
Yeah.
This my black excellence. Everything
Right.
that's going to happen to me now is, and you see, even that, people will find some type of way to be like, you know,
twist
like,
that,
that positivity crap. I don't want to hear that stuff. That
yeah.
you understand? That's all I'm just trying to get at. You know what I mean?
And then now, like, because now, as closing remarks.
Yes, sir.
Now, with the black and power and black excellence and truth, I'm starting to like just being sold this idea of how truth is a good measure of all this, because positive and negative is very relative, right?
Yeah.
Something can be positive to me, negative to someone else vice versa. But truth is absolute, right? Something's either true or false, right? There's no in between there, right?
Yes.
And then you can start saying like you've managed to stay in business for the last 16 years because you associate yourself constantly with truth and honesty.
Yes.
You just no falsehood.
Yes.
Which is why someone who
we try to keep it away. Yeah.
Exactly, right? And someone who believes that no, this business can't last open because of the skin tone of this person.
Yes.
They're not supposed to stay open. We know that's false, right?
Yes.
So there's no power in that,
Yes.
right?
No
There's
power.
a lack of truth in that.
Yes.
The fact that my skin tone looks like this doesn't mean I can't accomplish something. That's
Yes.
pure falseness.
That's
right?
pure falseness.
There's
Yeah.
no truth in that. So now I'm starting to see like truth seems to be a very good measuring stick to use, right, to determine how black something is, right?
Yes.
Because if it's false, we know there's no power there.
There's no power.
Yes.
With truth, there's power.
There's
With
power.
falsehood, the power is taken away.
Yes.
Right? So I just don't know what thoughts is coming up in your minds of that. No, this just literally just hit me now. Is using truth as that measure to be able to determine when something is power, when something is black, right?
Again, like I said, with knowledge and power. And then what Mungai sort of said about the platform and you as well, like, you know, is that a word?
That rating into the
Yeah, I'm not trying to exactly to say rating what you had said earlier,
yeah.
but you know, with facts and,
Oh, yes.
and
Oh,
truths
yeah.
about it,
Just
you know.
like showcasing the
So
truth.
obviously, if somebody goes into a product and says the truth about it and then says, I'll leave it up to you to decide whether to buy it or not. So if it's not 100% black or true, then obviously it's not going to win.
Yes,
Definitely, because there are going to be some inconsistencies. Then some people are going to pick it up like, no, something is wrong. But if it's 100% legit, it will go straight up. You know? No one will ever doubt it because it's true.
Yes.
It'll last forever.
It will last forever. Exactly.
It'll last for on.
So I guess going back to the example of that platform we're talking about.
Yeah.
So maybe this platform's job wouldn't be about giving power the ability to rate blackness, maybe giving them the ability to confirm
Raise
truth. Right?
Yeah.
Confirm truth.
Yeah.
So if I'm a business operating in Maboneng and I claim to have the most high fiber burger in Maboneng, it'll be up to the people to actually come through and be like, you know what, I tasted that burger, I think it's very high in fiber.
Yes.
And
Yes.
like also fall upon the system to determine false things, because like on platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and them, you know, like we're constantly marveling at people's accounts with like massive amounts of like followers, you know? And you're like, you know, like great. It's not that I doubt you, but then when you now go on, like for me, obviously it's part of what I do, so I constantly look at people's followers to rate the legitimacy of a certain account, you know. And then if I go onto an account that is supposedly African, and I start seeing all these European Slavs and you know that type of name
right.
thingy or numbers and digits, I'm like, okay, where did you get those things, you know? So I guess it would now fall down to technology to determine the rotten fruits, the rotten apples, you know.
Determine truth
Exactly.
from falsehood. Okay.
To be like, are these things coming from a legit person? And also maybe some products can be monitored. Maybe I'll have like at a certain point a patch that determines that yes, I'm using that coconut oil, and it's busy rating that this coconut oil has improved your skin. By this amount and everything, So all those things, just we have to use all the resources that are on the table to like promote this, more positive Black Power, positive.
And there's all active participation to achieve a certain goal, a common goal, which is not to harm the other people as Black. So that platform would really be like fireworks to it,
Exactly. Right?
Because if we all like trying to achieve, like we want to bring the truth to everyone, you say your piece of the truth and your experiences, your piece with the experiences, my piece. If it's 100% legit, then the common goal of not harming the next brother intentionally or unintentionally comes to life.
100%. Right? King Roots, any last remarks before we close it off?
Black Power.
Black Power. That's what I think. That's what we got now. We've got Black Power, we've got Black Excellence, and we've got Black Truth now.
Yes.
And we're starting to shape something.
And obviously, like to other people watching and listening to this, if it's not it's either black or it's not black. There's no other color. There's no other color. It's either black or not black. So they're like, what if it's yellow? No.
It's either black or not black. Right? Exactly.
Done.
Truth or lie. Right? That's
done.
Right.
That's
what
keep it real.
Keep it real. Right. Keep it true, guys. So you heard it here, guys. Make sure you keep it truth, keep it black, and we'll catch you next week. Thanks a lot, guys.
All right.
On day one, we will begin working on an impenetrable, physical, tall, powerful, beautiful wall.
Don't ever come with your wisdom and schism. Me say black government, me say black redemption. Me come first, that mean me a number one. There's big up all the youth all over. One so push up on your hands if you see black woman there. So if you not do that, ha ha ha, you go down. So and you never move like a snake on the grass. So let's go. So no, when I tell you rain Africa, I go conquer them, conquer them. Them for no, rain Africa, here I go murder them. Yeah. Don't say no. When I tell you rain Africa, I go conquer them, conquer them. Them for no, rain Africa, here I go conquer them. Alright, run down. When me come on stage, them say, hey yo Beyonce, don't compare me burn fire in a little long way. Alright.
Whoa.
Kim Roots, what you say? Alright. We got so like Keppleton, you see me I say. I me say man of a buckle, run up that thing like like a circle. Man of a yo, pull up that. Go. Yo, yeah. Come and say Batman and let information. Them just catch everything in a motion. Pick up the themselves, them give motivation. Man, I slip it and hey. Alright. See me, I say. Alright. Come and say Batman and let information. Them just catch everything in a motion. Big up the themselves, them give motivation. Man a slip with another man, that's abomination. You wanna Batman and let information. Them just catch everything in a motion. Big up the themselves, them give motivation. Man a slip with another man, that's abomination. You wanna I them say sissy no, I them say fire no, I them say fat sexy girl everything no. Just make everything clear, say sissy no. Alright, I me say man of a buckle, run up the thing like like a circle. Man of a buckle, run up the thing like like a table. Man of a buckle, run up the thing like like a circle. Man of a buckle, run up that thing like a table. Shan Bobo Shanti, I tell them be still. Yes, me no run after man call the devil. You can this the king who way up the treble. Him alone Selassie, I'm a course Emmanuel. See them churches, them no good promotive. Soon it now me out, I tell them in a war squabble. When no bless the fire, them go call you trouble. Give me the catch and sucker. Or run a name, man of a buckle, run up that thing, alright? Yeah, yeah. I me say man of a buckle, run up the thing like like a circle. Man of a buckle, run up the thing like like a table. Man of a buckle, run up the thing like a circle. Man of a buckle, sample your sample, alright? Listen. I see them try to dance me. Watch a vampire, them a try to dance me. Boogam down the second, them try to taunt me. Skeleton and blazer said them can get me. Every day of my life, me a go burn them out. Batty man a wicked man a still burn them out. Judgment in a district, I go cut them off. I still yell, King Selassie man a shout. You wanna name man of a buckle, run up the thing like like a circle. Man of a buckle, run up the thing like a table. Man of a buckle, run up the thing like a circle. Man of a buckle, listen again. Tunum kebelo bam kebele ngom kebelo kabeli skoka kupa yekili long time I tell you this girl is having that spirit fu Joe fufunyan you wanna wampa ma fufunyan utama fufunyan everything she do is all about ma fufunyan still I burn them down still I run them down still I burn them down boy unama fufunyan no petwanga ma worries unama fufunyan no petwanga ma worries unama fufunyan no petwanga ma worries unama fufunyan Amese vimba, hasek figa bo kimba. Mapube sama kulu yenda wena yikimba. Vimba, nzok shaya ngom zimba. Shaise ngoma yunga tunuga masimba. Amese vimba, hasek figa bo kimba. Mapube sama kulu yenda wena yikimba. Vimba, nzok shaya ngom zimba. shaisa ngomo yunga tunuga maada me say chonga power na son me a forever you can be whatever peta bo shata bo gangsta kulufa bas bizanga bo star boy samanja mbazana kona ziza stage my love is all about niggas hey you my people are you ready ooh King Roots all right
Rastafari, dreadful and terrible in battle. Rastafari. Come on, the blessings of love and life thereafter. Shanti. Great songs are spread. Now till salvation covers the earth, as waters cover the sea. Foundation style, foundation rockers. The renewal of the mind shall lead to salvation. Jah Rastafari, guide I, ever I. If we want to understand the truth, that is the way and the life. Done it. I look to the east and to the west, west cometh my help. My help come from the Lord God, Jah Rastafari. He will command the blessings of love and life and spirit and fullness and prosperity. To the light as I will tell you. But I say the light is not in roughness. But I say the light is in the gentle desire. Fire! Burn out wickedness. Welcome to the house of Ras. All the wicked are not like so, but the wicked are like the chaff. That the word and the sound and the power drive it away. As the smoke drive it away, let the wicked be driven far. As wax melted before the fire, let those with the evil heart perish in the presence of the truth. Jah Rastafari, everlasting life. Congo I, light from the beginning of time.
Diana Sara wana kaka, Diana Sara wana kaka, kupinda upara pasi kuchikada, asi atidi vanoro wa marakada, kuchamba chamba kunge muipa pada, mumbola waiwa mabiga sina sada, gomansi baba mapina neka mkoda, chanakitza oskiti ngoma orisa, chasi kinali ngoma riara kupitza, pata ibanga, umariara pinda, kosa iko muchida okwire rusa, ireru, teka independent nayo.
Come up with the fleece, them come, some of them a flanking race. Me a come through, when me come, me a change up, me come can this. I want them a get this. Me a come through with a lyrical defensiveness. Me come, me up on an increase, and this a lyrical. Whoa, Jah Judah fire, me say fire, people in the place. You got no home, we come in the place. This a big shot when me come up. Yes, Judah Jah fire. Yeah! Mix this! Candy is the king. Tell them 7 times is the king. Why? Listen! Pull up the thing, man! Pull up the thing! Yeah! Why? Why no? Yeah! Imperial Majesty Haile Selassie I the first. Say they can't this the king. Tell them say they can't this the king. Why? I said they can't this the king. Tell them say they can't this the king. What else? Say they can't this the king. Tell them say they can't this the king. What? Selassie I the first. Yes! Yeah! Give me that thing. Yes! Whoa! Side to side, just go straight to the point. Whoa! Why? Judas on fire on the one is suicide. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Get to the point. Yes. When we are thinking. And this. You want on it? Get fun to them. Oh, fire! Hey, 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 hey! Hey, 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 hey! Yeah. Some of them come out when they come in scarecrow. This a big shot. Yay! Assassin this. Whoa! The Almighty. The Lord will not fall. Yay, man! Put up the thing, pull up the thing. Yo! Say, the Almighty protect we. The Lord will never forsake I and I. Holy man, I still have to say, Joe! Rastafari Christ last year the first. The Lord will not forsake. Yay! You're not in somebody else. Yay! Wow! No, I want not forsake. You're not in somebody else on the weekend. When you know them come. Yay! What if? Yo, the Lord is watching on the shadow. Yeah! Run it! See! See! I will say, yeah, right. The Lord will not forsake. Yeah, no, I will say.
Untouchable, unstoppable. Why not stand up and it don't make no sense? Untouchable, untouchable. We are free and stand up like the reference. Untouchable,
yes.
Untouchable. Why pass by the line? You're not in a judgment. Untouchable, untouchable. Tell them don't try, and they want this. Don't violence. So on this. Tell them don't spy. Don't tell no lie. From me, never
6 to 6. Whoa! Can't believe it. Yay!
Untouchable, untouchable. Why not stand no chance? It don't make no sense. Untouchable, untouchable. Untouchable. We are free and stand up like we were friends. Untouchable, untouchable.
On day one, we will begin working on an impenetrable, physical, tall, powerful, beautiful wall.